Good morning, everybody. I'm Professor Mihye Kim from Department of Computer Engineering at Chungbuk National University from Korea. First, let me express my gratitude to the President Professor Seoung-Hey and the committee members of the ICAS conference for inviting me to speak today. It is a great honor to me to present on the convergence research and education in the age of AI. I am truly excited to share this important topic with you from around the world joining here today. As you can see, the topic of my presentation is intercultural and convergence education in the age of AI. I will divide my presentation into three parts. First, I will talk about three types of interdisciplinary research and education. Next, I will introduce various types of convergence education cases that I have personally experienced. And lastly, I will briefly summarize the key characteristics based on my convergence education experiences. Okay, let me begin my presentation by introducing myself. The photo at the top of the slide in my recently picture. And you can see the photo in the bottom right corner is my student ID card from when I was an undergraduate student, master's student, and PhD student. Like everyone else, I often missed my days as a university student. And also my MBTI personality type is ENFJA, which is known as an advocate for justice. Recently, in Korea, it has become very popular to ask about each other's MBTI types during small talk with each other. And I'm also curious about your MBTI types. I have been involved in various projects and research in the Department of Computer Engineering since 2004 and have served on National Education Commission as well as the Division of Art, Culture, and Convergence at the National Research Foundation of Korea. Especially, the NRF mentioned in the last line is a government-affiliated organization that support and promote academic research, education, science, and technology development in Korea. The NRF is similar to NSF in the United States, JSPS in Japan, and the DFG in Germany. I worked as a deputy director at the NRF for 2 years. One of the most meaningful activities I was involved in planning government support policy for convergence research and education. One of the key initiatives was categorizing convergence research into 3 types and proposing a direction for supporting research and convergence education. Now, I will briefly introduce the 3 types of the convergence research. First, interdisciplinary research refers to the process of combining different academic knowledge and skills to solve problems in new ways. I would like to emphasize the phrase in new ways here. And second, cross-disciplinary research involves applying concepts and methodologies from the one disciplinary to another in order to drive new approaches. In the explanation of cross-disciplinary research, I wanted to focus on the term that drive new approaches. Lastly, transdisciplinary research goes beyond the traditional academic boundaries, involving collaboration across various fields to generate new theories and knowledges. This time, I would like to emphasize the phrase to generate new theories and knowledges. In my personal opinions, convergence education refers to combined knowledges from different fields to solve problems in new and creative ways. As I mentioned at the beginning of my presentation, I have been a professor at Chungbuk National University since 2004. This year is the 21st year as a professor. Yeah, it's very long time. During this time, I have tried and experienced a lot of convergence education. In some cases, I have conducted convergence education among Korean students, while in other cases, I have engaged in convergence education from students from Korea, Japan, and China. And also, I have collaborated with students from Korea and Australia, last year from Korea and Japan. In today's my presentation, I will share case of convergence education that I have experienced over the years. I heard the information that my presentation time is 30 minutes. As you can see, 30 minutes online lecture can feel like a long time and very boring. So I have prepared a lot of photos and video materials for today's presentation to ensure that you don't find my presentation boring. First, I will explain the case of CBNU campus convergence education between the Department of Computer Engineering and the Department of Housing and Interior Design. The theme of this convergence class was smart residential environment. The student from the Department of Housing and Interior Design focused on the design future residential environment, while students from the Department of Computer Engineering programmed IoT sensor-based systems to support those designs. The students worked together to explore how they could enhance the residential environment using technology. Yeah, some students make the PPT like this. In this convergent project, students proposed the creative ideas and implemented them. For example, they developed IoT-based smart lighting control systems and sensors to monitor indoor air quality. The PPT presentation you see on the screen was created by one of the student teams during their collaborative process on the topic. Since this material is created by the Korean student, it contains Korean text. I appreciate your understanding, but I can translate some words. Here is a translation. Yeah, this is gas leak detector and CCTV integrated flame detector and automatic window opener and smartphone. Can you guess what this team's topic is? Right. The topic of this team is automatic gas leak response system for future housing. Of course, the student from the Department of Computer Engineering also designed the system-related aspect, as shown in the illustrations. One of the goals of my convergence education is to break down disciplinary boundaries and develop practical problem-solving skills. Once a student finishes designing their idea, they create miniature work like the one shown in the photo. Through the course, students exhibit the work they have created and receive the evaluations and feedback from the expert. And this work is made by students. Through this course, the students experience that how different fields approach problem solving. And sometimes we give the chance applying for the patent for startup. And moreover, the students have used their project to participate in various competitions, further demonstration their skills. And also, frequently I find an interesting situation. That is, despite being students who speak the same Korean language, but there are often communication issues between students from different majors. Some students required a considerable amount of time to communicate effectively. Why does this situation occur? In my personal opinions, one of the reasons is a different approach to problem solving by their major method. And another reason is often low level of the understanding regarding the terminology from the domain knowledge. Okay, let's move on to the second case, ICAS. The ICAS has the similar pronunciation to the today's conference, ICAS, is right? Yeah, but it's different. The ICAS stands for the International Collegiate Challenge for AI-Assisted Society that started in 2022. The case I introduced earlier is the convergence education among third-year students from different majors at same university, in the case of Chungbuk National University. On the other hand, ICAS is the convergence education among students from similar major, but from different university in Korea. ICAS runs from the April to August with students from several universities across Korea participating. Each team consists of 4 students from different universities, and the program combines both online and offline education. As you can see, ICAS is divided into 3 main education processes. These include 2 nights and 3 days pre-education for brainstorming on the topic, and immersive education for AI education, software programming education, and English presentation skill, and the last, as well as the 10 days overseas on-site education, training for presentation, and mission days in Canada or another Europe countries. Let me explain the 2024 ICAS schedule in more details. In the ICAS program, the one theme is presented each other. For example, the theme for 2024 was medical serious game for digital therapeutics. In April, 3 days offline brainstorming session and concept development class is held. And also in May, students present their project online. To who? To European and international mentors and receive the feedback from them. And also in July, after the final examination are over, students engaged in around 10 days, very intensive program at university dormitories to further develop their project. And August, they presented their posters at the International Academic Conference, just as like ICAS, and conduct surveys during the mission days to gather feedback from the international and other countries' local patients. This program provides students with opportunities to experience teamwork and gain new perspective. And ICAS is a specifically designed program to be linked with the international conference EKC. That means European Korean Conference In 2023, the program took place in Germany, Munich, and in 2024, this year in the UK, the Warwick University. Despite being from different universities, students collaborate to product and creative result. The intensive training was challenging, with students working late into the night, but it led to significant personal and professional growth. As a result, two teams proudly competed and received outstanding award at the ICAS International Conference held in the UK in 2024, this year. And one student is currently continuing their exchange student experience in Germany. This program goes beyond academic performance, giving students the chance to develop problem-solving skills, and also the continuous interaction with the European and international mentors from France, from Deutsch, from England, from Hong Kong, and from other countries. And the experience of presenting at the international conference have greatly boosted student confidence. So let's move on to next case. I will introduce the summer program for innovative engineering design, or SPEED. Do you remember Professor Chiang? Maybe those who participated in this conference, ICAS, last year will remember Professor Jiang, who gave a keynote address. In my guess, the Professor Jiang introduced this SPEED program more elaborate. So Professor Jiang has been leading the SPEED Convergence Education program with professors from China, Korea, and Japan for the past 13 years. It's a very long time. Yeah, SPEED is an international program that started in 2013, involving undergraduate students and graduate students from Korea, Japan, China, and various some Asian countries. So at the end of each year's SPEED program, we published a book like this. So today, let me introduce the program SPEED by showing the contents of the SPEED booklet from the 2013 event held at Yamaguchi University in Japan. As you can see, the Chinese, Korea, and Japanese professors have been attending for the past 13 years in summer through the SPEED program and in the winter through the CDC program. So we attend for a long time, over the 13 years. So all of the committee members from Japan, Korea, and China, we feel like family with each other. The students create a document about the work they developed over the 10 days. The professors turns this into a book. And also I will introduce the next programs. This is Global Co-Education Programs. And this program started just 2 years, started the last 2 years in collaboration with the Yamaguchi University in Japan. And also this year, we are working with the University of Tasmania in Australia. Since academic calendar differ by countries, the professors first discuss and agree on the project theme. In Korea, the fall semester starts in September, but in Japan, it starts in October. And in Australia, it begins in July. While preparing for these programs, I realized for the first time just how varied the start date for the school year. And as you can see, this year we are conducting the co-education program in collaboration with the University of Tasmania in Australia. And this photo shows a scene from the online class held with students from the Tasmania University in Australia this year. But this year, we are working on turning the medical and emotionally rigid, text-heavy questions posed to child patients into images. Thus, our university students created a poster like this based on the discussed they had online. So they will visit the University of Tasmania in Australia to present it. The students participating in this global convergence class will visit the University of Tasmania from October 30 to November 1st. Yeah. As I've explained so far, I have been exploring with various types of convergence education. The case I will introduce include convergence education between students of different majors at the same university, between students of the same major at different universities, and immersive education with students from China, Korea, and Japan. And also the last case is semester-long classes with students from 2 different countries. And in my guess, many people might wonder how to make the budget for international program. Fortunately, in my case, the Korean government offers many projects aimed at convergence education and human resource development. I take advantage of this government support project. While conducting convergence education, I have also encountered some problems. It's very interesting. The first issue is communication. As I mentioned earlier, even when using the same languages, such as Korean, it can take a lot of time to communicate effectively between different majors. Yeah, it's very interesting. And also, this is because, in my guess, as students progress in their studies, they tend to use specialized terminology and approach problem solving differently depending on their field. And when attempting convergence education with students from different countries, academic calendar different to present another challenges. As I mentioned, for example, in Korea, the first semester starts in September, and while in Japan is start in October, and also in Australia, the first semester begins in July. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I have been running convergence education program with professors from other countries, especially China, Japan, and Korea for over than 10 years. Can you guess? What has kept these programs going for more than 10 years? I believe it is the strong relations and trust and also dedication to education shared with the professors I work with. I will give you one episode. This past spring, the March, the Professor Jiang, as I mentioned at the beginning time, the leader of SPEED programs, retired. He had led the SPEED program since 2013. So, during the SPEED program held at Yamaguchi University last August, we prepared a special video for him. In other words, we give to him a heartful gift. How about, shall we take a look together this?
Hello, Professor Jiang. You are my best professor in forever. Congratulations.
Yeah, this is Morita Professor Jiang's
Hello,
student.
Professor Jiang. Congratulations, you're on your retirement. I hope you have a wonderful time
From Korea.
after retirement.
Hello, Professor Jiang. Thank you very much for your highly effective contributions between Jiangsu University and Yamaguchi University. May you be in good health and everything go well.
From China.
Professor Jiang, congratulations for your retirement. I'm sincerely appreciate about your contribution in the SPIRIT program. Thank you so much.
Hi, Professor Jiang. You retired this year. And life will move to the next stage. Different states have a different landscape. You enjoy your life for the further year. Have a good health.
Thank you very much, Professor Jiang. I think you are a father of mine. You should lead me forever. So, thank you very much. This is my mind to you.
Hello, Professor Chang. Congratulations, and I hope you enjoy your retirement. I really appreciate your contribution and effort for this wonderful program.
Professor Jiang, congratulations for your retirement. Make a good plan for your future. Congratulations.
Hello, Professor Jiang. We have worked together more than 20 years. I get so many help from you. Thank you very much.
Hi, Professor Jiang. Congratulations. I am always grateful to you. You have given me many chances to grow. Your dedication and your passion. So I respect you.
Hello, Professor Chang. Congratulations on your retirement. And I hope you have a good health and enjoy your retirement time.
Dear Professor Jiang, it's my pleasure to work with you since 2013. I hope all the health and happiness in your new chapter of your life.
Professor Jia, congratulations on your retirement. Wishing you a future filled with relaxation, joy, and all the things you love.
Professor Jiang, thanks for your help and support in the past 12 years. Hope you enjoy your retirement life and happy every day.
Professor Jiang, thank you for teaching me. Your teaching is very important for me. In my whole life, I will continue my study and research. Thank you.
You are a hero. Congratulations.
Yeah, I believe this is the reason why Chinese and Korean and Japanese professors have been able to work together constantly for the past over 13 years. Yeah. This international convergence education program goes beyond the academic growth, fostering cultural understanding and creating global network among students. In conclusion, the convergence education will play increasingly the important role in the future and providing value opportunities for students from the various fields and countries to collaborate and develop the able beyond the academic difference. I hope and also I have planned to expand this approach to further enhance the education quality and foster creative talent, and also expand this program by collaboration with more universities in the future. That is my try object. Shall we try together with me? And as I've discussed today, convergence research and education are no longer optional in the AI era. They are necessary. I am very grateful to have had the opportunity to discuss these important topics with all of you, and I look forward to continued collaboration as we shape the future of the convergence education together. And as I conclude on my presentation, I'd like to ask for your understanding. My presentation time overlaps with my flight as I traveled for the Convergence Education program with the University of Tasmania in Australia. So as a result, I have no choice but to record this video presentation to meet all of you. I kindly ask for your understanding. If you have any questions regarding my presentation, please feel free to email me at any time. This is my email address. Thank you very much for your watching.